start my workout for today. All I'm using today is a set of dumbbells and my jump rope, but you do not need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along with this workout because I will be providing equipment-free substitutions. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises briefly demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So there is really just one exercise plus jump rope. So you can see that I have Rebecca here with me today. Rebecca is my adorable black jump rope with these cute little white skulls on the handles. If you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there's a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video, so click on the link and use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. So if you do not have a jump rope, that's fine. You can just pantomime jumping rope, or you can substitute with any kind of cardio exercise you want while I'm jumping rope. So you could do high knees, or you could just jog in place if that's too intense for you. You could do jumping jacks, mountain climbers, toe taps, up and down the steps, it doesn't matter. Literally any kind of cardio exercise you want to do while I'm jumping rope is fine. If you do have a jump rope and you want to jump rope with me today, great. Remember, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. I always just kind of jog in place like this when I'm jumping rope. But if you're more comfortable jumping with your feet together, jump with your feet together. If you're really advanced and you can do a more challenging jump rope variation, go for it. You can do a boxer shuffle, you can do high knees, jump rope jacks, and you can mix it up. Just freestyle, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do the same thing with every single interval. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. And if you don't have a jump rope, any kind of cardio exercise you want to do is fine. So that covers jump rope. Other than that, there's just one exercise. So for that exercise, I'm going to be using my dumbbells. For reference, and for reference only, these are 10-pound dumbbells. That is a good weight for me. You may need to use something lighter than that. You may need to use something heavier than that. That depends on your strength. It depends on your level of fitness. It also just depends on what you have available to you. And of course, it depends on how hard you are looking to push yourself today. So please consider all of those factors when choosing your weights and make the decision that is best for you. If you do not have dumbbells or a kettlebell or any fitness equipment that you can use, look for household items that will work. Maybe a couple of water bottles or shampoo bottles. You could fill them with water. You might be able to make them a bit heavier by filling them with something like uncooked rice or dried lentils or beans, kitty litter, powdered laundry detergent, or those little decorative pebbles. So just get creative. Use what you've got as long as you can find something that you are able to maintain a secure grip on so that you are not going to drop it and injure yourself or break something and make a mess. And as long as it is not too heavy for you, then pretty much anything will work for weight. So if you're taking your workout to the beach or the park or the hiking trail, you could bring a couple of shampoo bottles or water bottles with you and fill them with maybe sand or dirt. Or you could probably even just find a couple of heavy rocks, okay? So again, just get creative, use what you've got, but if you have nothing at all that's going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to the workout, that's fine. I will show you a body weight modification for this exercise, but first let me show you what the exercise looks like with the weights. So this is a 4-point punch. If you've been following my workouts for a while, then you probably remember this exercise, you've seen it. We don't do it very much recently. We have done it in the recent past in one workout within the last few weeks, I think. But it's an exercise I used to do more often, but we're doing it today. So 4-point punch, which means that each rep is going to consist of 4 punches. So your first point is 1 foot, your second point is the opposite foot, and then 3 is a punching across your body, and 4, okay? So you're gonna punch, 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 and punch, okay? So I'm just gonna be doing that holding on to my weights. So my feet are wider than shoulder width apart. And I want you to think about tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets so that your shoulders are back and down. You want your chest lifted high, abs should be super strong and tight and engaged. Push your booty back as you're coming down towards this foot so that your back is flat and the weight is staying in your heel, okay? So I'm gonna be holding on to my weights. I'm gonna start with my weights up in front of me like this, and then I'm just going to bend the knee. It's kind of a side lunge, so I'm going to come down and punch, bringing the dumbbell towards the opposite foot. Then I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So shoulders are back and down, chest is up tight, abs are tight. I'm pushing my booty back, keeping my back flat, my weight in the heel as I punch the dumbbell down towards the opposite foot. Return to my starting position, and then I'm going to punch across across my body and repeat that on the other side. So as I do that little jab, I am twisting my body thoracically, and the opposite heel is lifting up off of the ground. Okay, so that's a 4-point punch, super simple. Without weights, you could just do a couple of side lunges and then like add an oblique crunch. That would be probably the best substitution. So again, you want to start with your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And again, tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets, shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. You can come down into a side lunge, so you push your booty back, like you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, remember, shoulder blades are tucked into the back pocket, chest is lifted high. So also think about trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest so that your spine is elongated. That's going to help you achieve that flat back, and that's going to help you keep the weight in your heel. So you want to avoid a rounded back like this. If you can come down and tap your toes on the opposite side, whilst keeping your back flat, then go ahead and do that. But if you can only tap your toe by rounding your back, then don't worry about tapping your toe. The important thing is that you're pushing that booty back, keeping the chest lifted high, back is flat, weight is in the heel of this lunging foot. Okay, so you can lunge to the side. If you cannot tap your toes without rounding your back, just tap your knee, that's fine. And then return to your starting position, and then you can lift this same foot and add a little oblique crunch. So bend the knee, crunch the knee in towards your chest, and as you do that, you're twisting your body thoracically, bringing opposite elbow to knee, and then you can just repeat that on the other side. So lunge, oblique twist. And that will be 1 rep, okay? Because 1 rep of 4-point punch is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of like 2 side lunges plus 2 oblique twists, 1 of those on each side. So 1 rep of your side lunge exercise would be 1 side lunge and 1 oblique twist on one side, 1 side lunge and 1 oblique twist on the other side. You would count that as 1 rep, okay? But that can be an equipment-free modification. Lunge, crunch, that's 1 rep. And that's it. That's all we're doing today, just those 2 exercises. It's gonna be super tough though. This is going to be a 20-minute workout. So here's the format. I'm going to set my timer for 20 1-minute intervals. So 1 interval, 60 seconds long, times 20 rounds, that's 20 minutes. There are no designated rest intervals. Well, technically there will be 1, at least 1. So here's how it's going to work. With regard to our 4-point punches, this is a ladder workout. And hopefully eventually at some point it'll become kind of like a pyramid workout. So here's what that means. We are going to start with just 1 rep of our 4-point punches. So our first 1-minute interval is going to consist of just 1 4-point punch. Then I'm going to put the weights down. With the remainder of that 1-minute interval, I'm going to grab my jump rope and I'm going to complete as many revolutions of the rope as I can with the remainder of that 1-minute interval. Then with the next 1-minute interval, I'm going to do 2 4-point punches, put the weights down, grab my jump rope, and then with the remainder of that 1-minute interval, I'm going to jump rope. So with round 3, at each subsequent round, I'm adding 1 rep of 4-point punches and then using the remainder of the interval to jump rope. So round 3 will be 3 4-point punches and then jump rope for the remainder of the interval. Round 4 will be 4 4-point punches, jump rope with the remainder of the interval. You get the idea. So we're going to do that. The point is to do that until you max out. And what I mean by that is that you're going to reach an interval, unless you're like insanely fit and like the fastest person alive, you will reach an interval where you are no longer able to complete even 1 revolution of the rope. So if you do your 4-point punches, let's say you do 8 4-point punches. You put the weights down, you grab your jump rope, and you complete 1 revolution of the rope, and then the timer beeps. Then you're going to try to do 9 4-point punches and see if you can pick up the pace a little bit and get at least 1 revolution of the rope in. But at some point, you're going to reach an interval where you're not able to jump rope at all because the entire 1-minute interval was used up by doing your 4-point punches. So when you reach that interval, that means you've maxed out. So at that point, you're going to take the next 1-minute interval to rest. Then you're going to start deducting reps. So let's say that happened on interval 8. Let's say we get to interval 8. You complete 8 4-point punches, but then that took the whole minute and you don't have time to complete even one revolution of the rope. With your ninth interval, you'll take 1 full minute to rest. And then with interval 10, you're going to start deducting reps. So for your 10th interval, you'll do 7 4-point punches. And then with the remainder of that interval, you'll jump rope, as many revolutions of the rope as you can with whatever time is left. And then with the next interval, you do 6 4-point punches, fill the remainder of the interval with jump rope. With your next interval, you do 5 4-point punches, and then fill the remainder of your 1 minute interval with jump rope, and so on until you get down to 1. Then, after you've gotten to the point where you've done just 1 4-point punch and filled the remainder of your interval with jump rope, you have an option. You can start adding back on right away, or you can take that next 1 minute interval to rest, just like you did after the interval where you're maxed out. That's up to you, okay? But then you would start adding reps again. So then with your next interval, whether or not you want to take an interval to rest in between, with your next work interval, you would add a 4-point punch. So add a 4-point punch, so 2 4-point punches, fill the remainder of the interval with jump rope, and you'll keep adding on until time is up, okay? Or until you max out again. So if you get to a point where you've either maxed out or you're back down to doing just 1 4-point punch, and then the next interval is a rest interval, but it's your final interval, you can rest, but it seems really silly to me to spend your final 1 minute interval of the workout just standing around doing nothing. So I'm going to suggest, if that happens to you, to just jump rope for that final interval if you can. Or maybe like do burpees for that final interval if you can, or just do as many 4-point punches as you can and don't worry about jump rope, whatever it is. But I would recommend doing something for that, even if it's just lightly jogging in place, like start your cool down. But I would recommend that you keep moving for that final 1 minute interval if that happens to you, just because otherwise to me it seems kind of silly. But if you want, you've earned it. So if that happens to you and your final 1 minute of the workout is the rest interval and you want to just rest, then you do you. It's your workout, you do it in whatever way works for you. But that is the format, okay? So you're going to climb the ladder until you can't climb any higher. You're going to take 1 minute to rest, and then you're going to come down the ladder. And then if there's time left, you're going to begin climbing the ladder again, get as high as you can before time is up. So hopefully that is all clear. Please remember that I do always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and of course I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you. So watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if anything is unclear about the format of the workout, how everything fits together, I know it sounds kind of confusing, but it's very logical. I think it really makes sense, but if you're not getting it and you have questions about how everything fits together and where you're supposed to be resting, things like that, if you have any questions about the one exercise that we are doing today, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions, if you need to see beginner modifications, I'm always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. It's very important that you understand how to do the exercises with the correct form before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of the exercises. And I hope you guys know by now that it is also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I am always here to help facilitate that. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. I also want to remind you before we begin the workout to make sure that you are going at your own pace and minding your form. So if you are really strong and you have excellent stamina and you're in better shape than I am, you are definitely going to be faster than I am. Good for you, that is wonderful. Be faster than I am, as long as you are not losing anything off of your form to get there. But if you are racing to stay ahead of me, either because you're competing with me or because you've just set a really ambitious goal for yourself that you're chasing and your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. It is always going to be safer and more effective to do fewer reps with excellent form than it is to do lots and lots of sloppy reps. So I'm not discouraging you from competing with me. I'm not discouraging you from setting an ambitious goal and chasing after that. If those things are useful to you, if they help you in some way, do it. Just keep an eye on your form, okay? Do not sacrifice your form for speed. If your form starts to get sloppy, you need to sacrifice your goal. You need to let me beat you, whatever it is, but you need to slow down and mind your form, okay? If you're going slower than I am, also wonderful. Because if you got your little booty dressed today and you are out here putting in the work and you are doing these reps with me today and you are minding your form, that's all that matters. So don't worry about how fast you're going. Worry that you are going at your own pace and worry that you are minding your form. So do not race to keep up with me at the expense of your form. If you're racing to keep up with me and your form starts to get sloppy, you need to slow down, okay? Go at your own pace, mind your form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. Please make sure you are working to your own level. So that means choosing dumbbells or a kettlebell or household items that are an appropriate weight for you, nothing too heavy. It might mean dropping the added weight if it becomes too taxing and switching to the body weight version of the exercise that I showed you. It might mean shortening up your range of motion or taking rest breaks if you need them. So please just be smart, be safe, use your common sense, listen to your body. Always make the decision that is best for you and just do your best. Please remember that your best is always good enough. So let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. If you're ready to go ahead and begin the workout, grab a set of dumbbells if you have them. If not, a kettlebell can also work. You could also use household items. So maybe a couple of water bottles or shampoo bottles filled with some sort of weight, a couple of big rocks if you're taking your workout to the beach or the park or the hiking trail today. Get creative. Use what's available to you. But if you have nothing at all that's going to work for weight, or you just don't want to add weight to the workout today, that's fine. You have your equipment-free substitutions. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today, pause the video, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick little 5-minute warm-up, and then we will get right into this super tough, super intense 20-minute workout. So as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. You're going to begin by allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure your arm is relaxed. You're not pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. You're just allowing gravity to do all the work of gently stretching the opposite side of your neck by simply using the weight of your arm to do so. So now we're going to switch sides. Allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Your arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed as well. They should be down away from your ears. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to start by allowing your chin to fall first towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier. Allow your range of motion to increase until eventually your entire torso is just kind of spilling in front of you. Your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll. Next, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So you can roll your shoulders either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're really exploring your full range of motion here. So think about making big circles with your shoulders. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So first, you're just going to extend your arms straight out to the sides and begin by making small circles either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. But as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you are exploring your full range of motion, making the circles as big as you possibly can. Now step your feet out so that they're a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend your knees, sweep your arms in front of you, and as you straighten your legs, you're reaching up as high as you can, stretching towards the ceiling. Each time you bend your knees, allow your range of motion to increase, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are. Again, they should be wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to lunge side to side, nice and easy, and now add the arms. So now with each lunge, you're reaching your arm across your body. Think about trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're just going to march in place. So step the feet in and march, keeping your knees low to start. But as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up, higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you possibly can towards your chest. Really get them up there, feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. Now we're gonna jog in place. Same thing, knees are low to start, but as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Next is booty kicks, so keep jogging, but now with each step, you're bringing your foot behind you. Really see if you can actually kick yourself in the booty cheek with your heel. For this next one, if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair for support. If not, hands on the hips is fine. Transfer your weight into one foot. Pick up the opposite foot and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose. You're just making up those hip flexors. Now we're gonna switch sides. So you'll put this foot down, transfer your weight again, pick up the opposite foot, and swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then as the interval progresses, you can start expanding your range of motion, swinging the leg higher and higher. Now extend one leg out in front of you, bring the leg around and behind, and repeat. Each time you make this semicircle with your leg, you want to lift the leg higher and higher. Now for the last two, we're going to do 2 hip circles. So drive your knee up towards your chest, use your hand to guide it around. Other side, extend the opposite leg out in front, make a semicircle. Bringing the leg around and behind, lifting that leg higher and higher each time, and now 2 hip circles. Drive the knee up in front of you. Use your hand to guide it around. We're gonna finish with a hamstring stretch. Feet wide apart, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Keep your back as flat as you can. And this stretch is gonna help you isolate your hamstrings more effectively. So if you want, you can use the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch to assist you getting into this stretch. It just makes it easier to keep your back flat. If you use a wall or a chair or something like that to assist you, it can make the stretch a lot more comfortable, and it tends to make it more accessible for people who are tight in the hamstrings. But that's it, that's our little 5-minute warm up. So let's get right into the workout. We're starting with 1 4-point punch, and then we're going to fill the remainder of the minute with jump rope. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So pick up the weights, and now punch, 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 and punch. Weights down, grab the jump rope, and we're going to fill the remainder of this 1-minute interval with jump rope. As many revolutions of the rope as you can. Rope down, pick up the weights. Now, 2 4-point punches. So punch, 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 and punch. That's 1. That's 2. Weights down, pick up the jump rope. And we're filling the remainder of this 1-minute interval with jump rope. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. Rope down. So with each subsequent interval, we're adding 1 4-point punch. So 3 this time. Weights down, and jump rope. Four-point punches. And jump rope. Five reps. Do 6. So wherever you max out, you're gonna take that next 1 minute interval to rest. And then you're gonna start deducting 4-point punches. So with this next round, I'm going to do 9 4-point punches. And then hopefully I have a few seconds left to complete at least a few revolutions of the rope. Now 8. So for me, this worked out perfectly as a perfect pyramid. I finished with just one 4-point punch. That was my goal. I didn't know if I would be able to do it, but that was my goal, so I'm thrilled about that. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. But first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with my jump rope, meaning 100 revolutions of the rope. So the bonus set of jump rope is completely optional, but the bonus burpee is mandatory. Everyone must do a bonus burpee, and your bonus burpee must be the last thing that you do. The workout is not officially complete until you have done it. But the jump rope is optional, so if you do not want to join me for the bonus set of jump rope, just take a minute to relax, breathe, towel off, get a sip of water, let your heart rate come down a little bit, let your breathing normalize for a minute, cheer me on, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. If you would like to join me for this bonus set of jump rope, again, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope. So, as soon as you're ready, take one more deep breath. And now here we go, 100 revolutions of the rope. So you'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. So that's our little bonus set of jump rope. And now we have just one rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together. And then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. This is our final rep of the day. The workout is now officially complete, so let's just do a quick little cool down together. Just want to keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit, and while you allow your breathing to normalize, so you can pace around back and forth. Shake out the legs a little bit, shake out the arms. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. So bringing one arm across your body, use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed, and make sure that your shoulder is relaxed. If your shoulder is tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. So relax the arm, relax the shoulder. And you want to keep moving while we're doing these stretches so that you kind of keep the circulation going. Keep moving and keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So you do that by breathing all the way down to your belly button. Each time you inhale, I want you to really focus on the sensation of your diaphragm being pulled down. Shake it out. Let's get the other side. So bringing the opposite arm across your body. Use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Straight arm is completely relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. They should be down, away from your ears. Keep moving. Again, you can pace back and forth. If you're still breathing really heavily, if your heart rate is still really elevated, that might feel best. But you can also just kind of shake out the legs. You can even just shift your weight from foot to foot. That's fine. Just keep moving. And again, keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So each time you inhale, I want you to focus on the sensation of your diaphragm being pulled down. Allow your rib cage to physically expand. And think about breathing all the way down to your belly button. Visualize filling up your entire torso with air as you inhale. And then use your diaphragm to slowly control the exhale. Let's do a tricep stretch next. So bend your elbow, place your hand on the elbow, and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Here you want to make sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. So you want to avoid having your free hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. Point your fingers straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feel that really nice stretch in your triceps. Keep moving. Again, you can pace, you can shake out the legs, you can shift your weight from foot to foot. Just keep moving and keep focusing on your breathing. Shake it out. Let's get the other side. So bend your other elbow, place the hand on your elbow, and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. Feel that nice stretch in your triceps. Keep moving and keep focusing on your breathing. So let's take 2 more really nice deep breaths here. So inhale with me all the way down to your belly button. Slow, controlled exhale. Use your diaphragm. Once more. Inhale all the way down to your belly button. Visualize filling up your entire torso with air. And slowly control the air as you exhale. Shake it out. We're going to finish with a quad stretch. So for this one, if you struggle with balance, we're going to be standing on one foot. So you can hold onto the wall or some other strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface for support if you need to, like maybe your kitchen counter, dining room table, or the arm of your couch. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding onto something for support. If you're not holding on to anything for support, you can go ahead and reach back, grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, and now press your heel into your booty cheek. Really press it in there. And as you're doing that, I want you to tilt your pelvis forward. So kind of tuck your booty underneath you. Think about trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you should feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscle, but I also want you to feel it extend all the way up to your hip flexor. So let's take one more nice deep breath here, inhaling all the way down to your belly button. Slow, controlled exhale and come out. Shake out the legs. Let's get the other side. So bending your other knee, bringing the foot behind you, reach back and grab hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding on to something for support. If you are not holding on to anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek and now tilt your pelvis forward, tuck the booty underneath you, suck that belly button all the way back to your spine. Feel that stretch intensifying your quad muscles, feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexor. So make sure you're doing both of those things at the same time. So as you are tilting your pelvis forward, make sure that you are continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. Fill up your entire torso with air. Use your diaphragm to slowly control the air as you exhale and come out. And one last time, shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit. And that's it, that's our little cool down. So if you find that you are still breathing heavily, if your heart rate is still elevated, you can take a few more minutes to pace around. You can do some more light stretching, that's always a great idea. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you are taking a good 15 or 20 minutes every single day if you can to stretch. It is going to go a long way towards helping to alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It is also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward. And of course, it is going to improve your flexibility. So please make sure that you are taking the time to stretch every single day. Just make sure that you are doing so safely. So if you have time to do your stretching right now, immediately after the workout is always going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done, because your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout. But it doesn't matter what time of day you do your stretching, just as long as you're getting it done. Just remember though that if you put off your stretching until later on in the day, that means that your muscles will have gotten cold again. So you will need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before jumping into your stretching routine. You never want to start stretching with cold muscles because your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. But that's it. That is all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I thought this workout was absolutely phenomenal. It was super short, only 20 minutes long, but it was so intense. I am still dripping with sweat. So if you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout and how it all fits together, if you have any questions about the exercises that we were doing today or the one exercise we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do your exercise with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I am always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. And that is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I just have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, destroy the image and you will break the enemy. Destroy the image and you will break the enemy. So if you are still watching this video, hello. Thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, destroy the image and you will break the enemy. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.